All right.
Good morning. I'm here to do a reading today about the current virus, which we're not to name names. I've heard the term lady virus. I've heard crown bug. Thank you, Violetta, and also Kristen, Third Eye Champagne, for those little details. And I am asking if this lady virus, the crown bug, what is it here to teach us? What is it here? What are we gaining? What are we gonna gain or lose from this? What's it here for? Why are we experiencing this particular problem? Please tell us, Spirit, what it is that we're going through. Please tell us, Spirit, what it is we're experiencing at this time, the deeper spiritual meaning. Please help us understand the deeper spiritual meaning of what we're experiencing. And this is a Celtic Cross. I'm using the Wild Unknown deck. Kind of flipping out at me over here. Okay. Okay. What is the lady virus, the crown bug, here to teach us? Tell me what it is that we need to know about this and what it is. Is this a spiritual process we're in? Is it a genetic process we're in? Tell us what we need to know. Okay, here we go. This is a Celtic Cross, 2 extra cards flipped out, although Celtic Cross is not going to have that number of cards. I believe in the divine giving me what I ask for, which is the answer to my question. So because I'm an intuitive reader, I'm an empath, I read the cards from that perspective. So this being said, let's get on with the reading. And first off, I get the 8 of Wands. At this time, we have a very hot battle coming in from all over the place. And what's crossing it for us at this time is heartbreak. For us, this situation we find ourselves in is heartbreaking. And we're trying to figure out how to respond to our sense of heartbreak, maybe our sense of loss, the change in how we interact in our society, the division under which we're currently functioning. All of it is being brought into this time of what I think is probably the greatest change ever. It is an interesting time. It's a frightening time. But it's also a time of growth if you allow it to be. So I think that this is our heartbreak, but this is maybe also what is going to help shape us to grow. And above the Mother of Cups, you can see COVID is falling down all around us. That it's a sad time that we're in. And that she lovingly wants to help us. And she has a wing over her cup. that she wants to say to us, I know, but I have things in the cup that I'm holding for you. I believe it's loving, but it doesn't feel very loving. As to us, for us, it feels delusional. It feels like illusion and it feels like delusion. It doesn't feel good at all. A lot of us are feeling heartbroken. We're feeling confused. We're feeling isolated. We're feeling separated from our loved ones. We fight socially. We fight politically. We battle each other. Is this virus here to help us not want that battle anymore? To help us eliminate what we think we're fighting about? That this is bigger than what we've been fighting about? I hope so. I do hope so. Because illusion and delusion, nobody likes being in illusion and delusion. Nobody likes it. And right now, what goes on above, the Mother of Cups and things coming down upon us, so goes below. And these are past positions, but in this case, you can see it's a battle for us. It's like the virus wants to cut us in half. Whether or not it does cut us in half, I think that there's many reasons to not be frightened of that, but I think there's reasons to be cautious and to prepare and take care of yourself and to do what you need to do. I think that collectively, if we're feeling attacked and vulnerable and cut in half, then it is our job to find answers for ourselves to how to move forward so that we can take what's left of ourselves and move on. The Son of Swords. Well, that is a position of highly emotional, kind of immature information coming forward that we're not really feeling like our voices are being heard. We feel like we're hearing the voice of a child speaking the language of something different than that of love, respect, understanding, and stability. And those things are called leadership. And we are at this time suffering. In addition to this virus, we're suffering from a lack of leadership on all sorts of levels. And leadership actually is something that starts at home. We teach our children. We work together as husbands and wives and family units, grandmas and grandpas and cousins and aunts and uncles. We work in units that need to have respect and a form of leadership. And that form of leadership used to be what we called elders. And somehow we've lost our way. So we've kind of gone to some really immature energy. And so here we have this Son of Swords. So now, in the at the core of it, what is going on? Well, we're learning something about our government right now. Is this a good thing that we're learning? Is this something that maybe we want to really look at and assess? Did we trust more than we should have? Did we give the keys to our Ferrari to the valet and he went on a joyride? These are all questions this virus is forcing us to ask ourselves. Are we in good hands? Do you feel like you're in good hands? Do you think there are better ways to do this? This is not just about the negative that's happening in this sense. There is much we will learn. There will be many things we do differently. as a result of this, in the future, we will be wiser. Again, we're going to go to some immature but loving information coming forward, the Son of Cups. And basically, is that a vaccine? Is that a way forward for us? It possibly is. Something's in development. Will it be helpful? I think we don't know yet. I think it's too soon. And this is us. Every time I've read on this virus for myself and my family, because we've all been like, what is this? And my goodness, how do we respond to it? How are we going to choose to behave? Nobody likes this. Nobody wants to be locked indoors. Nobody wants to feel like they do, but we're here. This is where we're at. And I love this card in this hopes and fears position because I think it does properly illustrate the truth of what we're going through. We feel like prey, and the cups represent the virus that we're all trying to hide from. We're embattled with. And of course, horses, which I've had, are animals that basically, until they know otherwise, you're not a horse, and therefore you're a predator. And so I think that this card is so beautiful in that sense, is that it speaks directly to that predator and prey energy. The virus is the predator, and we are the prey. And that is in our hopes and fears position. In the outcome, what we have is the Seven of Pentacles, an earth-based card that is about hard work in battling from an earth point of view. And I think this is the earth saying, I need to make some corrections. So is this here to help us learn some things? Yes, it is. It's here to help us. It's also here to help the earth make some corrections that she needs. If you consider that the earth may truly be a living being for which is generous and kind and allows us to lolly around on its back, I think we have much to be grateful for and very little to be resisting about. So, the Seven of Pentacles crossed by the Justice card, which just goes right into my intuitive feed that for the earth, this is about justice. This is about correcting an imbalance. All things must be in balance. If they do not remain in balance, the actions of man have very little control over the vastness of earth and her capabilities. So with that, we will look at what's at the bottom of the pack just to kind of get the final little look. And we have the Eight of Swords. Is there some foxiness in this? Is there some slyness to this? Well, of course there is. I think we would be foolish not to have that as a part of the perspective. There is some foxy foolishness going on here. And will it correct? Well, I think anytime the vastness of the numbers of people that can do something for themselves, take action and do something for themselves, we might be surprised how this really turns out. It is not set in stone. Although it feels like it's time to be fearful, it feels like it's time to run for your life, it may not be. I don't know. But I personally think from this reading that there is many things to be hopeful for, that I'm grateful to Mother Earth for correcting the wrongs that need to be corrected. Thank you very much. And if you would like a personal reading from me, please join me on twiggy.com, www.twiggie.com. Please hit like and subscribe so that we all can get ourselves a chat line going if we choose. And I thank you very much for joining me here today.